Get to it, the big deal. The first debate starts at 7 Eastern, hosted by Sandra Smith, Trish Regan, and Jerry Seib from the Wall Street Journal. That debate will be Chris Christie, Mike Huckabee, Bobby Jindal, and Rick Santorum. 9 p.m. Eastern, the second debate, hosted by Neil Cavuto, Maria Bartiromo, and the Wall Street Journal's Jerry Baker. That debate will be Donald Trump, Ben Carson, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Jeb Bush, Carly Fiorina, John Kasich, and Rand Paul. Remember, debate coverage begins with a special Varney and Company right there. We're into this at 5 p.m. Eastern. Now, we thought we'd done with this story, but Donald Trump has rescued it from oblivion. Donald Trump, he wants to boycott Starbucks. Roll that tape.
Did you read about Starbucks? No more Merry Christmas on Starbucks. No more. I wouldn't buy. Hey, look, I'm speaking against myself. I have one of the most successful Starbucks in Trump Tower. Maybe we should boycott Starbucks. I don't know. Seriously. I don't care. By the way, that's the end of that lease, but who cares? Who cares? Who cares? But today, a big story that Starbucks is taking Merry Christmas off. No more Merry Christmas. I will tell you, lots of big things, lots of little things. You can call this anything you want. But if I become president, we're all going to be saying Merry Christmas again. That I can tell you. That I can tell you.
He's got away with words, doesn't he?
He's so good, isn't he? Hitting those populist buttons. I mean,
yes.
This is a perfect one, and a lot of people say absolutely. He's not the only one. It was interesting. This has become a big issue in Britain's Parliament now.
You're kidding me.
No, a member of Parliament, Sir David Amos, he's a Conservative MP, says this is an example of political correctness gone mad. The idiot who came up with this should be sacked.
Wait. Who's the idiot here? Starbucks or Trump?
The person at Starbucks that came up with this should be fired. It's
really?
Political correctness gone crazy. Oh, yeah, it's gone across the Atlantic now.
I thought that was a non-story when it first emerged, quite frankly. And now it's right back on. Tamara Holder is here. Tamara Holder is here. What do you say?
I think we should get rid of Christmas trees and Starbucks.
You do not.
No, I don't. Look, I grew up in a half and half family, half Jewish, half Christian. I grew up in southeastern Colorado where we had Christmas carols and Christmas trees, and I miss those things. The Pledge of Allegiance, all of those things that are leaving schools are part of the culture of America, not religion, but culture.
Is Trump onto something with this bringing the story back and boycott of Starbucks?
I think it's a perfect Trump issue. He can jump all over this. He will get, he'll get some traction on that.
Last word to Tamara on that one. I've got to have the one from you.
Come on.
What do you say?
It's just interesting that the pro-business guy is now all of a sudden anti-business. He's basically...
Anti-business?
Well, no. Boycott Starbucks? How about...
That's a stretch to make him anti-business.
Well... he's saying that he's going to lose the lease, or he doesn't care. He wants to lose the lease. And, don't buy Starbucks because of the coffee cups.
You're stretching there, kid.
Do you know what kind of mood I would be in if I didn't have coffee in the morning?
In a red cup, a plain red cup. That's right. All right, next up, Hillary Clinton. She blames Republican policies for the current slow rate of economic growth. Roll that tape, please.
And then they complain. They say, well, this recovery is so slow. Really? Why did we need a recovery? What was the original sin here? It was bad Republican policies.
Bad Republican politics. Look who's here. Art Laffer. He's the man who wrote the plan for prosperity under Ronald Reagan. All right, Art. So, is it legitimate for Hillary Clinton to blame Republican policies for the 7 years of slow growth that we've had under President Obama? What say you?
Well, it's selective, and if she blames Republican policies, in which she's correct, by the way, but it's also the Democratic policies. There's no difference between W and Obama. They both did it with these stimulus packages, quantitative easing, all of that nonsense that caused the Great Recession. And we have had the single worst recovery in the history of the United States with the Great Recession. Anyone who says this economy is doing well hasn't looked at the facts. We're losing 14 million jobs a year.
But Art, is it legit to say it's the Republicans' fault?
No, it's Republicans and Democrats' fault. It was W and Obama. Both of them did the stimulus spending and all of that created a nice, natural, short recession into a great recession that's lasted for almost 10 years now.
Okay,
I mean, that's the real problem. It's not Republican or Democrat.
Okay, stay
it's
there.
Bad politicians.
We want a lot more from you. We're gonna get it. Just hold on for a second. Tamara
Yes,
Holder is still here. That must have been music to your ears
It
from
is.
Art Laffer.
Because it's true. It's true. It's both parties' faults. And look at who are the front runners. You have Carson and you have Trump because they're anti-politicians, politics as usual, and that's what the American people feel. However, why are you blaming Obama for everything? But if Hillary blames Bush or Bush policies, that's wrong.
I'm asking the question. Will we get 4% economic growth if we have Hillary Clinton as the president pursuing the same policies as Barack Obama? Will we or won't we? The answer is no, we will not.
More growth.
More growth?
More growth.
Yeah, what, 2%, 1%? You're going to get 4% with Hillary's program? Are you?
Yes.
Yes?
Absolutely.
So why haven't we had 4% growth? Art Laffer, come into this, please.
He needs help.
I don't think Tamara is correct on this.
Thank you.
She's wonderful and all that, but you'll get with the good tax policies, good spending policies, which means spending restraint and sound money and free trade, minimal regulations. We could get growth rates up to 6.5%, 7% for several years, and that's only being espoused now by the Republicans. Unfortunately,
Excellent.
There are no Kennedy or Clinton Democrats, meaning Bill Clinton Democrats.
That's music to all our ears. Got it? Okay, don't say a word. All right, stay there, Art. How about this one? We're seeing a new, and I'm going to say much feistier side of Ben Carson. Here is the latest from O'Reilly last night. Now roll that tape.
I could spend from now until the election, on the defensive about something that somebody is accusing me of, because I have written a lot of books and I have given a lot of speeches. Or we could talk about the things that are important, the things that are threatening the future of our children.
Well, I said feisty.
That wasn't feisty
That was
at all.
not feisty. Sorry, but it wasn't. Any comment, Tamara?
Yeah, I have a comment. This is a guy who has fairy tales. He's written, he's written all these books and he's given all these speeches, things that don't exist. That he stabbed a guy, that the guy doesn't exist, the pyramids, all of these things. Like he's full of it, and it's not just an attack. I'm interested in the Republican candidates, but I don't want somebody that makes things up that aren't true.
Okay.
It's vetting as usual.
All right, Art, do you think Ben Carson is doing the right thing, coming back as he has come back against his attackers?
I don't know if he's done the right thing, and that's a political strategy, but I can tell you that Ben Carson is one of the most accomplished, intelligent, spectacular human beings I have ever met. I am chairman of the board of Centennial Hospital here in Nashville, Tennessee. We have 1,400 physicians. When Ben Carson came to visit me here, I think all the surgeons just wanted to come and touch him. He's the single best neurosurgeon. He separated conjoined twins. Both twins lived. I mean, this man is spectacular in so many fields that whether he told a tall tale or not about his childhood, but he's a spectacular person. I mean, they really are gifted hands, and he's got a very gifted brain, and he's a phenomenal person and a great candidate. And I wish him all the best of luck.
That was the last word there from Art Laffer. Stay silent and enjoy this later. All right.